A woman from Bridlington who was infected with contaminated blood while being treated on the NHS has welcomed cross-party calls for victims of the scandal to be compensated before a public inquiry is concluded. Mel Mckay was one of thousands affected in the 1970s and 80s. Helen Steele reports.
Mel Mckay has to rely on support workers whenever she enjoys days out like this. She was infected aged 8 with HIV. The NHS gave her a contaminated blood clotting agent after an operation.
I see all the families having a good laugh and fun, but then I think to myself, I've had a lot of my life taken away.
She's one of almost 4,000 people in the UK who were infected with HIV or hepatitis C in the 70s and 80s. Those in Scotland and Ireland have received a lump sum payout, but those living in England have not.
People are struggling financially because of hospital appointments and their long-term health conditions.
Today, the leaders of 7 parties wrote to the Prime Minister. The letter demands proper compensation for those affected, adding that justice delayed even further will be justice denied for many of those still with us. They argue that despite a long-awaited public inquiry beginning last month, it could take 2 to 5 years and victims cannot wait.
Since the Prime Minister announced the public inquiry in July 2017, one victim has died every 4 days.
In a statement, the Department of Health said, "We have listened to the call for parity of support across the UK and we are planning to start discussions with our counterparts in the devolved administrations to see how this could be achieved." But Mel says the longer it takes to discuss, the more victims will lose their lives. Helen Steele, ITV News in Bridlington.